Welcome back to C++ discussions. Today we are going to discuss about the namespace and what's the need of namespace and why we need a namespace and how we can access the content of the namespace. We can start with a small example. What's the need of a namespace? Assume I am working with a project and I am implementing one module. The name of the module is A. I am working with a module. The name of the module is A. And one of my colleagues, he is also working with a different module and the name of the module is B. Inside my module, I have a global variable. The name of the global variable is int g, which is equal to 10. And I have an initialization function. I am calling that function as init. Here I have the implementation void init. I have an init function. There is an implementation for the init function. Now, unfortunately, some another module, one of my friend in my company or some different company is also using the same global variable name int g, which is equal to 200, but he has some different value. And for the initialization purpose, he is also using the same function name void init. There is but implementation is something different. Now at the end of our project, we will be integrating all the modules and finally we are trying to create an executable file. Now whenever we are integrating these two modules, since this global variable name g, which is available inside module and inside this module, there will be some integration failure. Again, this init function which is available inside my module as well as which is available inside this module, again you cannot continue the integration, you will be getting an integration failure. This is known as name clashes or name collision. Name collision. You can avoid name collision with the help of namespace. This is the need of a namespace. You cannot put some restrictions to this fellow like you should not use the global variable g or you should not use the function name as init. We cannot do any kind of restriction. That is privilege. He can use any function name or any variable name or any structure name. That's up to you. Now this kind of name collisions we can avoid with the help of a namespace. Now I will tell you one analogy how this namespace is working. After that we can start writing the namespace. Assume in my classroom there is two minis. There is one mini. One girl name is Mini. M-I-N-I. This is Mini. There is one more Mini inside my class and she is this one. Her name also Mini. Whenever I am calling this name Mini, there is a name clash. Both will say yes or both will say present. Whenever I am asking some question, both will answer at a time. So there is a name clash. Now, I am going to avoid this namespace or name clash with the help of a namespace. That is, I am associating the name Mini with some name and I am associating the name Mini with some another name. This Mini is a small Mini and this Mini is a gigantic fellow. I am calling this Mini as a small Mini. I am calling this Mini as big Mini. And this concept which is known as namespace. We are associating the variable name or function name or structure name with the help of some another name for avoiding the name clash. Now whenever I want to speak with this bigger Mini, I used to call big Mini. Then there is no confusion at all. Whenever I want to call this small Mini, I used to call small Mini. Then there is no confusion. So this concept which is implemented inside the namespace. Now we can see or we can write a program and we can see how this namespace is internally working. Same program I am rewriting here. In module A, we have global variables int g which is equal to 10, and we have an init function void init and the implementation of the function. Inside another module, I have the same global variable int g which is equal to 200, and the same function name I was using the void init, but the implementation of the function is something entirely different. Now I am going to associate this g with some name, and I am going to associate this init with some name. Then I can avoid name clashes as we have discussed earlier. I am associating many with small and many with the big. Now here I am writing namespace. I am putting name of the namespace is A. Here I am writing namespace I am putting name of the namespace is B. Now you can see compiler is internally considering this name as A underscore G. Compiler is internally considering this name as A underscore init. Now here compiler is internally considering this name as B underscore G, and compiler is internally considering this name as B underscore init. Now you can see I am integrating these two modules. There is no confusion, or there is no confusion for, or there is no name collision at all. This variable name is A underscore G and this variable name is B underscore G. And this concept we have discussed in earlier sessions. This is known as name mangling. Compiler will rename the name of a function or name of the variable with the help of the scope of the variable also. That concept is also known as name mangling. Now there is distinct name for this variable. The name of this variable is A underscore G and the name of this variable is B underscore G. So you can access or you can avoid the name clashes with help of the namespace. Here I have a namespace A. I am putting everything inside my namespace, and my friend he is writing a namespace B and he is putting everything under his namespace. Now we can try to access the content of the namespace. There are two mechanisms for accessing the content of the namespace. One is with help of a scope resolution operator, other thing is with help of a keyword using keyword. And this accessing the content of the namespace I will be explaining in another sessions. So I am ending this session. Namespace is nothing but it's a named global region at which names are uniquely getting identified. And you can write functions, variables, classes, structures, or you can write everything inside the namespace. So we are continuing our session in the another session how we can access the content of the namespace. If you have any questions from this session, you can comment down. I will be answering your questions. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you.